it's recording. That's good. Oh, the mic is working too. They got a new mic system. You guys didn't get a chance to hear it because they got it done between my morning cisp360 class and the afternoon one. So they just got it done recently.
Did they do any other ones? Any other rooms?
I do not know, but this one is really good. This mic is actually
fix
really
the
good.
one in I think it's a couple of doors down. That one keeps an eye on Sub Safari.
Oh, that's just Iraj.
He's cursed.
Yeah, that's just Iraj. See, it's working pretty good. Before it's not working this good. Before it's either all or none. It's all muffled up. Now it's actually pretty good. It's still weird to listen to myself, not through the bones and all the internal channels, because I guess this is actually what I sound like. Maybe. Weird.
Can you bring up your mic for a second?
Say again?
The mic, the Pulse Audio. I want to see what it's doing when you're talking.
I think it's fine. It's just a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tested this already last week. We did a recording and then I checked the recording. There's no funky, delay loop or something, anything like that. So it should be fine.
Did you try the transcript? See if it picks up better?
Oh, that I've not tried. That has to do with my accent more than anything else. So I'm not sure anything can help with that. All right, so this is looking a little weird from my perspective. So I'm going to try one more time to change my monitor display because I cannot see the entire screen, which is really kind of problematic. Yep, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. You guys can see the whole thing, but I can't. I can only see a part of it. Okay, that's okay. I'll just go ahead and do it this way. It's not a big deal. All right. So what I'll do today is I'm going to write an application from scratch, and it's going to be an application with a real quote-unquote application. In other words, this is not something that they're just going to whip up to demonstrate a concept. This is actually something that is of value to some people. Okay. So before I do that, I want to share with you what I did yesterday. I went to an airgun field target shooting match. Okay, that's one of the things that I like to do, but I don't have enough time to do it most of the time. So anyway, with a field target shooting match, I can show you what it looks like. It's an airgun. It's called field target shooting match. So what it looks like is, there will be a lot of people. I can show you a picture. So this is actually, somewhat typical. Actually, this one is more typical.
Paintball?
Oh no, this is not paintball. This is really fuzzy. Let me see if I can find a picture that's actually a little bit better. That's a little bit. No, that's not a field. That's not air gun. 900 yard. There's no way. A pellet. Even if you shoot a pellet gun at this angle, it won't get to 900 yards. It'll fall somewhere at about 300 yards or so. Okay, but this is actually an air gun. So what people do is they bring these air guns, and some of these are $2,000 air guns, just the gun itself, and then they add a $600 scope on it, and then plus paying someone $400 to tune it and stuff like that. So altogether, one setup is about $3,000-4,000. Not mine. Mine was like a fraction of that. One scope of these guys is more than what I pay for the entire setup. So what we do is we shoot the targets. So for field targets, the target is kind of interesting. Field target. So field target, they don't show it here. FT target, that's it. I want to show you an image of what it looks like because it's kind of fun, and this is a typical target. There we go. Okay, this is a fairly typical target that we shoot at in a competition like this. They all look like this. There's a really long string to bring it to. It's about up to 55 yards because that's the longest range we shoot these targets at. And these things, when you hit the orange part, the whole thing will flip over. So yes, we shoot squirrels, turkeys, wolves, coyotes, rabbits, rats, and so on and so forth. But they all come back to life, with just one pull of a string. So no animals is actually dying in the process. And they put these things as varying distances, and each lane has 2 targets. Okay, each lane has 2 targets, and then you can shoot each target twice. So if you miss once, you can try to observe your error and correct it for the second shot. So with each lane, there are 2 targets. With each target, there are 2 shots. And then if the target flips over, it's 1 point. If it does not flip over, it's 0 points. And then depending on the match, sometimes they set up 10 lanes, which means there will be 40 shots. And yesterday, because it was the last match of the season, they set up 15 lanes, so there were 60 shots. And so at the end of the day, they just add up all the points and find out who has the highest number, and whoever has the highest number wins the match. Okay, so what does that have anything to do with apps? Well, guess what happened yesterday? The little slip of paper that I used to score myself went flying because the wind was blowing, and I had to put it somewhere along with all the gear that I'm bringing. So it's really hard to keep track of that little slip of paper. So that's why that's why I talk about it here, because I want to write an app to do just that, to do the scoring for a field target. Okay, and that's something that I want to do today. All right. So getting back to the value part of this application, so let me go back to all the way to the beginning here, and we'll go ahead and start a new project. But instead of starting a project all by itself, I am going to use one of the programs to start it. Do you guys remember which one has deals with the lists? I suppose I have it uploaded into Moodle so I can actually get it back. Because I don't want to have to replicate all that logic, so I want to go back and just download that one. And if you have not gotten started with your project, you can do that too. Or if you have already started with a project, you can also do a surgery to surgically insert a particular block into your project. I can't type with this keyboard. All right. Alright, so let's go to this class, and I think I uploaded that one already. Oh, you know what? There's another way to find it. This is really cool. You can go to the gallery, because I put it up to the gallery already. So if I go to the gallery, I can look for JSON JSON, because that's one of the tags, and this is it. This is the application that I uploaded the other day, and it has the JSON list encoder as a demonstration. So I'm going to download this back, to this computer, and I can't see the entire screen because mine can only display up to a certain point. So I'm going to click it, download the source, and it's test list. I think that's the one that has everything. So once I have this one here, I can go back to App Inventor 2, and it's not here, so that's good. That means it's a new one. So we will import project from the computer, and I think it's under my downloads folder. It's testlist.aia. Set it up, and it automatically opens it. Now it has a lot of junk, originally. So what I need to do is to get rid of all the junk stuff first. This session is out of date.
Right, this is the current session.
Okay, all right. And I can't see the bottom of my screen either, because it's not displaying the whole thing. I'm still at a 1024 by 768 over here. But you guys can see a lot more now. remember before you have to kind of slide with me. Now I'm the one who has to turn the head around. But the nice thing is, since I have the microphone, I don't have to talk to the whiteboard, and you guys won't hear me as clearly.
Keyboard and mouse.
Sorry?
Wireless keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. Or I can just kind of turn around a little bit like that.
Sit over there with it. Oh, you can't. That's probably a connected one, isn't it?
Yeah, these are not. The wireless. The mouse is wireless, but the keyboard is not. It's good time to request one.
Here you go.
Yeah. So I'm going to delete all of these things first because I want to start this application from scratch. And it's also a good time to change the name of the project. So I'm going to save the project as a different name. So instead of saving this as test list, I'm going to say save it as field target FT scorer. Okay, because that's the purpose of the application. Okay, so now are we using the new name? Oh, it's still saving it. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and delete everything because I won't need all of these things, and I'll start from scratch. Delete and delete. The only thing I really want to preserve is my procedure to encode a list into JSON, and that one would be kept, even if I delete just about everything that I see here. All right. Okay, so now we have everything deleted from this project, except for the JSON list. Still a little bit harder for me to coordinate. Okay, so when we look at the list, we still have a serialized JSON, which is the one procedure that I still need in order to get the job done. Everything else is now gone. But remember, this is also the first screen, and I want the serialized JSON to be in all of my other screens. Do you guys still remember how to do that? How to make a new screen that is an exact copy of another screen. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and save the project just to make sure that everything is saved. Go to export selected project, which is the current one, to my computer. And I guess if we have to go back up here.
You're saying this information is on one of your other.
Sorry?
Your other programs that you published for us? Is that what it is? Or is this the new?
What is new?
I'm sorry, never mind. Could you publish this when you're done with it? So we could look at it?
Sure, yeah.
Appreciate it, thank you.
But I can't see the beginning of the host. Oh, that's because I moved the screen, I moved the browser. Nope. Okay, maybe it's it won't display a part of it.
You know what you might be able to do is try and adjust your size of your screen so that you can see it, and maybe we can also see it.
Yeah, maybe I have to turn the main screen to the same resolution.
Of the actual window. I'm talking about the window itself.
Now,
try and narrow it a little bit. So
yeah, I'm going to change the screen back to the narrow mode because it's just a little bit too hard to coordinate between